The darkest secrets are often hidden in dungeons. A little injured kitten struggles to move on. It can find low-ranking monsters coming out now, so it assumes that it is close to the entrance. Just a little more and it'll be able to leave the dungeon. Moreover, it has to hurry up or the wound would get even worse. The kitten senses a person, but it also knows that only the adventurous come here. It could be easily slain in its current state. But anyway, it would be better than being eaten by monsters. A huge shadow falls upon the kitten. Let's find out what happens next. This is the story of the strongest fluffy kitten in the beautiful elf girl's iSky adventure. Reincarnated from a knight into the strongest S-rank monster, but with an appearance of a cute kitten. The knight seems to be weak because of his body, but he is brave enough to protect himself and his beloved ones. Back in the Maze City, this city is encircled by a tall, sturdy-looking outer wall. Canals stretch all around this town, and the gondola navigates calmly above the waters. Because of the gondola, it has become a famous tourist attraction. But gondolas or sightseeing isn't the main reason that makes people visit the city, as the city is heralded by its name. The maze, the city's massive walls surround the maze-like dungeon found at its center. The huge wall was built in the event that the monsters hiding in the dungeon invaded the town. People are always worried to come to this city, as a wall meant to trap monsters would entrap the citizens too. But yet the city flourishes. The various kinds of monsters, ores, and herbs that can only be found in the dungeon serve as resources for all kinds of products, and the adventurers as well as the merchants seek their fortunes flick from all over the realm. In one of that city's corners, in a room of a certain inn, one monster wakes up. The kitten wonders what happened and that he should have died in the dungeon, but then he wonders why he is here. The kitten hears a girl telling him that she's glad that he woke up, and he takes a brief look at her. She is so pretty that the kitten thinks that she's an angel. The girl tells him that she was almost scared and explains that she went into the dungeon on a quest and found him there, collapsed and wounded. She asks the kitten if it got lost and places the little kitten in between her breasts, and he wonders if this is heaven. The girl hugs the kitten, and it enjoys being with her, and she praises the kitten, saying that he's a good boy. The kitten seems embarrassed, and his thoughts ponder on her breasts, as they're huge. He keeps wondering if those are apples, but concludes that her breasts are as big as melons. The girl thinks that he is a cat, but even though he looks like this, it doesn't mean that he's a monster now. The kitten guesses that he's definitely a human from the inside. The kitten thinks about how the girl had saved him from the dungeon and even treated his injuries. As he looks sleepy, the girl suggests that they should sleep together. The kitten gets a weird dream where he realizes that he is a behemoth, an S-ranked monster, and it seems that he has been reincarnated. He fears that he might be eaten by the monsters. He wonders if he can use any skill, and the strongest one he has is Flame Howl. This skill is strong enough when paired with the strength of the behemoth, as expected of an S-rank monster. The kitten is stuck in some cave and decides to keep walking, as it would be dangerous to stop in one place. As he passes by, his stomach growls, and he realizes that he hasn't eaten ever since he was reincarnated. He is drooling now, and he didn't think that monsters had this much of an appetite. The kitten finds a liquid flowing through the dungeon, and it has a weird smell, but he assumes that it's not poisonous and drinks a bit of it. The slime tastes sweet, and he can't stop drinking it. He wonders what the hell a once proud knight like him is doing, but he learns that his skills are increasing, so he decides to give it a try. The kitten agrees on taking the rest of the slime as a snack, but this comes as a surprise as the behemoth's abilities increase. The kitten feels depressed as he reflects on how blessed a human life really is, as now he's stuck in a monster's body. He has to get stronger, as fighting with low-rank monsters like goblins would be fine for now. But with high-rank monsters, there's a chance that he could be killed before being able to use his skills. The little knight concludes that he may not be able to defeat beings stronger than him, so he has to get used to and train this body fast. With an incredible increase in his skills, he definitely wants to avoid fighting with any humans, as he was a human too. He keeps on walking through the dungeon, and on the way his eyes fall on a treasure chest. This is his first time seeing a chest, but as a monster, he has no use for it. He had spent his previous life as an adventurer, but he never found one. He struggles to open up the chest with his current body, but as he opens it, he is thrilled to see a beautiful diamond and decides to keep it as a memory. The moment he touches the diamond, he is transported to a strange place. The diamond was probably some kind of teleportation crystal, and because he was careless about it, he ended up being here. The kitten gets an instinct that something nearby is way stronger than him and immediately hides, as he can't let it find him. On the contrary, the place that the kitten chose to hide was itself the monster. The monster asks him how long he intends to stay on him and calls him a weakling. As the monster gets up, the kitten falls off and looks up at the monster, wondering what kind it is. He soon acknowledges that it's none other than the Earth Dragon. The monster is ready to grant him death. If so, he won't be able to evade it. The Earth Dragon finally attacks the kitten, leaving it in agonizing pain. The monster tells the kitten that he deserves some praise for having survived a direct hit from his claw. The vicious Earth Dragon attacks him again, and this time he uses an elemental tailsword and is able to fend the monster off using an invisible blade. The little kitten was severely wounded and decided to use his skills to flee from the ceiling. He immediately uses his flight skill and breaks free, leaving the Earth Dragon yelling at him to come back. The kitten falls asleep again. The girl wakes up in the morning and wishes her little cat good morning. The kitten seems to be more than grateful to the girl for saving him. He hugs her tightly, and she cutely calls him a baby. She then apologizes, saying that she has to get out of bed. The girl removes her nightgown, and beneath it is a pair of sexy black lingerie. The kitten keeps staring at her, and he admires her because she's quite pretty. The moment she pendiculates, her hourglass figure stands out, and she heads over to get change. He is astonished to witness the sight. The kitten knows that this girl is an adventurer and wonders how she moves around equipped with those huge melons. Once she's ready, the girl bids goodbye to her kitty and tells him that Chan has to go out, but she'll leave the window open so he can come and go as he pleases. She also got some milk for her kitty and tells him to get better soon. The girl leaves, telling him that she'll be back later. The kitten reflects on how the girl had not just saved him but she also hugged him, slept with him, and gave him milk too. He instantly decides that he has to serve that girl, so he can't just stay here. He swears as a knight to protect his lifesaver to the very end. The kitten is determined to protect the girl and chases his master across town. Amid the crowd, he finally finds her. He admits that it's easy to find her in the crowd. As she passes by, people comment about how cute she is, and of course they stare at her boobs. One boy keeps staring at her breasts and comments that they're out of this world. The kitten gets mad at those damn lowlifes as they look at his master with those filthy eyes. If this was the dungeon, he would have shut them up. The girl says good morning to Gondolier-san, who waves back and addresses her as Arya-chan. The kitten also notices her tag with a D rank. He is glad to know his master's name and loves it already. If one has an adventure tag, they can ride the gondola, and Arya-chan has a D rank, then she's a novice. She requests the guys to take her to the dungeon district as she's going on another quest today, and they agree. The guys offer her help to get in the boat, but she refuses, saying that she can get on by herself. As soon as she bends a bit to climb on, the guy is thrilled to get a view of her huge breasts. They settle in and head out. Arya-chan reaches the dungeon, and the kitten follows her. As she heads in, 3 goblins attack her, and she fights back with her knives. The fight ends soon with Arya-chan's finishing blow. The kitten analyzes his master's fighting techniques, and he's quite surprised by her speed. Her running speed, weapon-changing speed, and clashing speed are all unbelievable, and it's definitely some kind of special skill. He connects it to her flashy clothes and says that she must have deliberately minimized the weight of her equipment so that it doesn't hinder her ability. Arya-chan personally feels that gathering the goblin ears is the most bothersome part of the quest. And here, the kitten can't see his master doing such dirty work with her pretty hands. Arya-chan seems quite satisfied that she defeated 3 goblins at once, and now she'll be able to proceed to the next floor soon. The little kitten is well aware that this kind of carelessness can cost her life in the dungeon, and it's best for his master to stay in the upper floors and deal with the low-rank monsters. He is aware that the dungeon is not a safe place for women, as it can lead to breeding, pregnancy, or even insemination in the worst-case scenario. He wishes to halt her for the time being, but Arya-chan requires one more goblin to complete her quest. She successfully kills another one, and the kitten keeps observing her. He notices that his master easily fights with those shaking melons and concludes that her chest is certainly full of mysteries. Meanwhile, one more goblin comes her way, and Arya-chan doesn't mind killing it too, but she fails to notice that it's a D-ranked one. The kitten uses his fireball skill to attack the goblin, leaving his master astonished. One last attack, and the goblin is defeated. Arya-chan recognizes that it's her kitty, but she is still in a state of shock as she had already seen her little kitty using magic. The kitten feels bad that his secret was out so soon, as he had wished to serve his master a little longer than this. Arya-chan places her cat back in between her breasts, and they leave the dungeon. The kitten was now confused, as he was so sure that she knew his real identity. He makes an attempt to run as he is an S-rank monster, but instead his master hugs him, and the master thanks him for saving her life. The guy rowing the boat seems to be jealous and wishes to trade places with the cat. They arrive back in the maze city, and they get into a nasty restaurant. People there recognize Area-chan in an instant and comment that she's cute and her boobs jiggle when she walks. The kitten is eager to protect his master from those perverts. Kazman-sama compliments Area-chan and asks her to join his party. His eyes are on her breasts, which makes the kitten furious again. Kazman-sama insists Area-chan to join his party. She politely declines, saying that she has no interest in joining a party. Kazman-sama now pesters her, telling her that he will be gentle, and tries to touch her inappropriately. Area-chan feels disgusted, and her kitty is burning in rage. The kitten can't hold himself back and attacks the idiotic man. Kazman-sama gets annoyed by the cat and wonders what's wrong with it. He, too, attacks the kitten and swears to kill it. He unsheathes his sword to fight back, but he's interrupted by someone. He asks Kazman-chan to stop immediately and warns him that drawing a sword inside the guild hall is a serious offense. Kazman-sama turns back to see who had the power to stop him and discovers that it's Ana-san, the guild's lady receptionist, who is a male. Ana-san asks Area-chan if she's fine and questions Kazman-sama on what his intentions were before. Kazman-sama gets scared and tells Ana-san that he was only showing his sword to her. He then runs away for his life. Area-chan is grateful to Ana-san as he saved her from that pervert. The kitten secretly approves of Ana-san as he seems to be his master's friend. Ana-san takes a brief glance at the cat and tells Area-chan that the kitten looked like a knight while it fought with Kazman-sama. Area-chan tells him how the kitten saved her with its magical skills. Ana-san closely examines the kitten because he finds it intriguing that a cat uses magic and has orange tabby hair. He then informs Area-chan that this is an elemental cat. Even Area-chan had almost the same thoughts, but the kitten seems to disagree with both of them. An elemental cat is not a monster but an animal that can understand human languages and manipulate elemental magic. The people around them are curious and begin discussing the kitten. Area-chan decides that the kitten will be called Tama, and starting from today she'll raise Tama as her official pet. The kitten is pleased because he will now be able to accompany his master without hesitation. Ana-san warns Area-chan that elemental cats can grow up to 2 meters and that they also crossbreed, so he might attack her in the mating season. Area-chan tells him that it's fine and hugs the kitten. Area-chan tells Tama to grow quickly, as someday he'll be her first mate. Ana-san gets down to business and takes the goblin extermination into account. He informs Area-chan that she has completed the quest and tells her to wait for the rewards. The people seated around her offer Area-chan drinks, but she again declines. She wanted to try the food here but held back. Tama notices her hesitancy and promises that she won't be lonely anymore. They sit in an isolated place, and Area-chan playfully starts tickling Tama. She tells him that his belly is so fluffy and cute and unknowingly touches his private parts. She feels that it's squishy, and Tama ejaculates. The crowd finds their actions very weird. On their way back home, Area-chan apologizes for her strange behavior and decides to buy dinner. Tama, who was dying to eat some human food, is finally happy. The shopkeepers are excited to sell their food to Area-chan and offer discounts. She buys some skewers and spare ribs, whereas the shopkeeper seems more interested in looking at her breasts. Tama wishes to confront all of the perverts, but Area-chan advises him to remain silent. They get home and have dinner. Tama is enjoying his food, and Area-chan serves him more food. She declares that today has been a great day and decides to close it off with a drink. Area-chan soon gets drunk, and now she wants to have a bath. She asks Tama to come along with her for a bath. Tama is in 2 minds about whether he should join her or not, but since he has to remain close to his master, he agrees to have a bath with her. As his master's faithful knight, Tama joins Area-chan for a bath. On their way, a waitress meets them, and she tells Area-chan that she's the last one today, so she can stay as long as she wants, and she tells her to enjoy her bath. Tama stares at Area-chan as she undresses for a bath, but he keeps reminding himself that he's here only as a knight. She gets in the bathtub and relaxes, while Tama floats on the bath water. Area-chan becomes emotional and asks Tama about his thoughts on whether she'll ever be able to become strong. She tells him that the country she used to live in was attacked by demon troops years ago, and at that time the master fencer appeared. Tama had heard about the master fencer who saved an entire country all alone. Area-chan wishes to be exactly like her. Tama knows that this feeling can be really frustrating, and he assures her that he will protect her until the day she achieves her ambitions. After the bath, Area-chan takes Tama to Vulcan's armor shop. Vulcan-san welcomes her animatedly, and Area-chan greets her too. Vulcan-san asks Area-chan whether she is here to repair her weapon and immediately notices the cat. Area-chan introduces Tama to her, and she tells Vulcan-san that he's an elemental cat. Vulcan-san is thrilled to see an elemental cat. These are super rare, and she asks Arya-chan if she can hold the cat. Arya-chan introduces Vulcan-san and tells Tama that he shouldn't scratch her. Tama settles down on Vulcan-san's breasts and seems to enjoy being there. Vulcan-san compliments Tama and tells Arya-chan that having such a cute pet is like a dream. Meanwhile, Tama is the one who agrees that he should be the one to think like that, as his master has done so much for him. Arya-chan asks Vulcan-san to create a special armor for Tama so that she can fight alongside him. Tama loves the idea, as now he can fulfill his role as a knight and be his master's shield. Though Vulcan-san has never made an armor meant for animals, she excitedly accepts the offer. Tama's armor, its size, and its shape are discussed by both of them. The next morning, Arya-chan greets Tama, and Tama pampers her and rubs his head against her face to show his affection. He starts licking Arya-chan's ears, and he accidentally turns on her. Tama moves away, but Arya-chan asks him for more. Tama wonders that his master isn't just an elf but she's an Irafu. Arya-chan holds up Tama and starts tickling him, but Vulcan-san taps on the door and interrupts them. Vulcan-san is here to deliver Tama-chan's armor. They put it on for Tama, and he's more than grateful for it. Tama-chan looks extremely cute in the armor. Vulcan-san also delivers the repaired knives, and Arya-chan thanks her for them. She had a great time making this order and leaves once she receives payment. Arya-chan declares that they will be going to the guild hall after lunch to take up a new quest. Tama is an S-rank behemoth monster, but he is living as the knight of an elf girl, and now he is going to fight alongside her. Arya-chan and Tama arrive at the dungeon's first floor and find a few goblins. Arya-chan accelerates to attack them, whereas Tama-chan uses his magical skills to fight back. They together successfully manage to beat 20 goblins. Arya-chan knows that she has Tama as her cover, so she can rush forward with all her strength. Tama-chan is glad that his master got the hang of things so fast. He tries his level best to catch up to his master's speed with his cat body. Since they have come so far, Arya-chan decides that they should go to the next floor, and Tama agrees to accompany her. On the next floor, they meet a D-ranked orc. The monster's appearance makes Arya-chan sick, decreasing her speed. But as soon as the orc attacks her, Tama attacks and defeats him. Arya-chan gives the whole credit to Tama and appreciates him. Tama decides to have a taste because they've already killed it, and it might have some kind of skill. Tama opens his mouth widely, but Arya-chan pulls him back. She tells him that if he eats monster meat, then his stomach will hurt. Tama knows that now it's going to be difficult for him to increase his skills from now on. Arya-chan tells Tama-chan that they'll be having a feast tonight. She heads to Ana-san to report about the quest, but he warns her that she should go home. Kazman-sama breaks in abruptly and blames Arya-chan for keeping him waiting. He informs her that he has brought her some bad news. Kazman-sama shows her a decree ordering the execution of the elemental cat Tama. The little cat gets scared and wonders if this guy is still holding a grudge because he scratched him. Arya-chan hugs Tama and tries to hide him. The people around them try to find a solution, but they know that it won't work as Kazman-sama is the son of the Baron. Even Ana-san can't help them in this situation. Tama wonders if he should just run away to save himself, as that would get his master out of trouble. But as a knight, he can't abandon the vow he has made to serve his master. Kazman-sama asks Arya-chan if that elemental cat is really that important to her. Arya-chan tells him that he is her dearest and that he is like a child to her, and she begs for forgiveness. Tama is almost in tears. Kazman-sama proposes that they should have a duel. He tells her that the feelings she holds towards her pet have reached him, and he thinks it's really quite sad. Kazman-sama explains that if he carelessly revokes a previously issued decree, it will damage his reputation, even for somebody from a noble family like his. Furthermore, if she wins, the decree will be revoked. He even tells her that the duel doesn't have to be one-on-one and declares that he allows Arya-chan to challenge him together with her elemental cat Tama. It seems that Arya-chan is planning something, and so Kazman-sama immediately puts forth his conditions that if Arya-chan wins, the decree will be revoked. But if he ends up as the victor, he will take her as his wife. The crowd watching them is shocked by Kazman-sama's terms. Kazman-sama smiles wickedly and awaits her answer. Arya-chan decides to accept the duel, kneels down, and cries. Tama-chan is disgusted, as he can't even protect his master, and he swears that he'll make Kazman-sama pay for the crime of making his master cry.